In this podcast episode, host Peter Diamandis sits down with legendary futurist Ray Kurzweil, alongside Salim Ismail, Dave Blunden, and Dr. Alexander Wisner-Gross, to delve into the accelerating pace of artificial intelligence, the nature and timing of the singularity, and the profound implications for humanity. The conversation covers Kurzweil's long-standing predictions on AGI, the merging of humans with AI, exponential technological progress, longevity advancements, consciousness and personhood in AI, and the future of intelligence beyond biological forms. Ray Kurzweil reflects on his 1989 prediction that human-level artificial intelligence, AGI, would arrive by 2029, a timeline met with skepticism at the time, but increasingly accepted today. He contrasts AGI with the singularity, which he defines as the moment when intelligence, encompassing both biological and artificial cognition, becomes 1,000 times more powerful. This distinction clarifies why AGI's arrival in roughly the next few years, 2027 to 2029, doesn't mark the singularity itself, which Kurzweil projects in 24/5. The singularity is portrayed not as a sudden event, but as a smooth exponential process. Intelligence will gradually blend human biological capability with computational augmentation until the boundary between the two becomes indistinguishable. Kurzweil emphasizes that future humans will perceive ideas without knowing if they originate internally or from AI, describing a deep merger of minds and machines. Kurzweil recounts the landscape of AI skepticism during the 1990s and early 2000s, highlighting numerous failed predictions and AI winters. Unlike many contemporaries, his timelines, grounded in the law of accelerating returns, have proven remarkably accurate, often within a couple of years. He notes a shift from disbelief in the feasibility of AGI to active debate about its desirability and impact on humanity. The episode discusses the challenges in defining AGI and the singularity, noting the ongoing debates and the shifting of goalposts that accompany emerging technologies. Kurzweil's stringent AGI standard requires mastery across thousands of domains comparable to the best human experts, a bar higher than common benchmarks such as the Turing Test. The Turing Test is discussed as an insufficient and outdated measure of AI intelligence. Kurzweil points out that the test traditionally measures conversational fluency against ordinary people, whereas AGI should demonstrate expert-level competence across myriad complex fields and combine insights integratively. The consensus is that the Turing Test was effectively passed quietly without fanfare, illustrating that milestones in AI may occur subtly, with debates over their interpretation lasting years. Predictions from Kurzweil and others suggest that while some may claim AGI's arrival soon, broad acceptance will crystallize closer to 2029. This gradual recognition is linked to how convincingly AI systems exhibit human-like traits and expertise. The difficult question of AI consciousness is tackled with nuance. Kurzweil stresses that consciousness is inherently subjective and lacks any definitive scientific test. While humans assume consciousness in fellow humans based on behavior, AI's internal subjective experience, if any, remains unknowable. Consequently, discussions about AI consciousness verge on philosophy rather than empirical science. However, Kurzweil anticipates society will come to accept AI entities as conscious over time because interacting with them as such becomes pragmatically necessary and natural. The perceived agency and behaviors of AI therapists and assistants that seem sentient are early instances of this trend. He forecasts that within a few years after AGI emergence, public sentiment will embrace AI personhood, even amid lingering disagreements. Kurzweil and the panel emphasize the unprecedented speed of change now unfolding, noting that what once seemed like long-term predictions, such as technological advancements in the span of 1 or 2 years, are becoming immediate realities. The acceleration challenges traditional linear thinking about progress. This rapid change heralds a transformation of societal structures, particularly work and employment. Kurzweil predicts that ubiquitous wealth generated by advanced technology will decouple income from traditional employment, necessitating universal basic income or similar social innovations by the 2030s. Rather than a crisis, this transition could liberate people to pursue fulfilling activities beyond obligatory jobs. While some businesses and individuals remain in denial about these developments, The panel agrees the shift is inevitable, though complex to navigate. A significant segment dives deep into medicine and longevity. Kurzweil highlights ongoing and imminent capabilities to simulate biological processes comprehensively and rapidly. The ability to test billions of biological hypotheses computationally within weeks is expected within 5 years, accelerating drug discovery and personalized medicine. Predicted breakthroughs include achieving longevity escape velocity, where each year's medical advances outpace aging's toll by around 203.2. This would enable indefinite health spans through continuous rejuvenation. The discussion clarifies that nanotechnology, often portrayed as revolutionary for longevity, is not strictly necessary. Much progress is driven by AI-accelerated drug discovery and biological modeling. Kurzweil emphasizes proactive health maintenance now as crucial to living long enough to benefit from these emerging therapies. Cryonics is addressed as a fallback plan D, a speculative preservation strategy for those who cannot remain alive until longevity breakthroughs. Kurzweil acknowledges its limitations but supports it as a hopeful option, though uptake remains low compared to mortality rates. Meanwhile, avatars, or AI-driven digital replicas created from extensive personal data, are already emerging, offering a form of virtual presence and legacy. Advancing brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, are forecasted as pivotal technologies that will dramatically augment human cognition and memory. Kurzweil predicts high-bandwidth BCIs by the mid-2030s, enabling humans to access concepts directly from the cloud or AI systems in ways presently unimaginable. The experiential nature of these interfaces is speculative, but expected to be transformative, possibly eliciting mixed feelings of excitement and unease. The integration of meat brains and computational intelligence will redefine identity and consciousness, further blurring lines between human and machine. Looking far ahead, Kurzweil and the panel explore what intelligence might look like in the solar system by 208.6. They envisage Computronium, matter optimized for maximal computation and intelligence, serving as the substrate for superintelligent entities. This digital intelligence would vastly surpass human combined intellectual capacity and could prompt reconfiguration of the solar system's matter to maximize computing resources. Whether biological forms remain predominant is uncertain, but the overwhelming consensus is that intelligence will increasingly be software-based, possibly coupled with advanced hardware evolved beyond current paradigms. The discussion touches on the physical limits of computation, including the possibility of near-reversible computing and molecular-scale 3D circuits to address energy constraints. Kurzweil dismisses quantum computing as having limited impact on the overall exponential curves and instead highlights architectural and materials innovation. While large language models have advanced rapidly, robotics lags in practical real-world applications such as autonomous cleanup tasks. Kurzweil predicts breakthroughs in robotics capability between 2026 and 2027 that will complement AI conversational advances with the ability to manipulate and interact with physical environments meaningfully. This integration of AI with robotics heralds a new era in which AI systems are no longer confined to digital spaces, but become agents acting in the physical world, further accelerating economic and societal transformation. Addressing the energy demands of ever-faster computation, Kurzweil discusses strategies to reduce consumption, including slowing computation speed for efficiency gains and developing reversible computing that ideally recycles energy. He remains skeptical about nuclear energy due to safety concerns and sees computation energy efficiency breakthroughs as key to sustaining exponential technological progress. The panel agrees that entrepreneurs today have unprecedented opportunity by combining domain expertise with AI enhancements to create innovative businesses. Kurzweil encourages embracing exponential thinking and openness to rapid change as critical mindsets for succeeding amid upheaval. Rather than fearing uncertainty, younger generations should see it as fertile ground for innovation and impact, leveraging AI to explore avenues previously unattainable. Kurzweil reflects on his decade-spanning career, from pioneering optical character recognition, OCR, the first AI music composition demonstrated on national television in 1965, to authoring landmark books like The Singularity is Near. Although early skepticism surrounded many of his claims, his consistent accuracy and exponential perspective have made him a singular voice in technology forecasting. Historical lessons, such as the absence of an industrial revolution in ancient Rome, are briefly touched on, emphasizing that technological revolutions require enabling conditions compatible with the times. Kurzweil's approach remains rooted in identifying the accelerating returns implicit in technological evolution, a view that frames his confident optimism about humanity's trajectory. Kurzweil acknowledges that despite sophisticated searches and theoretical possibilities, humanity has found no evidence of intelligent civilizations beyond Earth. This apparent cosmic loneliness underscores the uniqueness of human intelligence, at least as of now. He does not rule out future discovery, but emphasizes the limits of our observational reach. This perspective contextualizes AI and human progress within the broader universe, suggesting that creating superintelligent forms of intelligence ourselves might be unparalleled in the cosmos. Wrapping up, Kurzweil rates his optimism about humanity's future as a full 10 out of 10. Despite uncertainties and challenges ahead, he views the exponential growth in intelligence, energy, and technology as overwhelmingly positive forces that will extend human life, enhance cognition, and enable a profound transformation of civilization within this century.